सचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतथा जयद्रथजला
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
It is really bad. It is on and off. Can someone check whether the mute working? 1 minute, I'm checking. Yeah. Okay. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णात्मने नमः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवप्रज्ञानघनप्रत्यगर्तो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ॐ। So till now we have completed by God's grace, by the God's blessings, by Acharya's blessings, up to the second chapter, and we have seen the summary of the second chapter also. So in the second chapter, Arjuna Sharanagati led to Bhagavan Shri Krishna Atma Vidyacharya and Arjuna's Shishya Sthiti. From there, Bhagavan starts Sankhya Yoga or Jnana Yoga. And after 30 shlokas nearly, with Ascharyavat Pashyati Kashchidenam, he continues with Karma Yoga. After Jnana Yoga, he goes on Karma Yoga Mahima. And from Karma Yoga Mahima, then the question comes to Arjuna on Sthita Prajna Lakshanani and Sthita Prajna Sadhanani, which Krishna explains from the 53rd shloka till the 72nd shloka. Sthita Prajna Lakshanani, Sthita Prajna Sadhanani, and he completes the Upodghata chapter, which is the introductory chapter to the complete Bhagavad Gita, with Esha Brahmi Sthitih Partah Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Gacchati, where from Jivan Muktaha, which is Apekshika Muktaha, he goes to Atyantika Muktaha, final one, which is called as the Atyanta Mukti, or the final one, which is after Ji, it is Videha Mukti. Now the second chapter is over. Obviously, this question which Arjuna starts, Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Now, what is this logical reason why Arjuna asked this question? When Bhagavan is teaching him what's Jnana Yoga, and people, one who have understood the Jnana Yoga, they are Jnanis, and there are Karma Yogis also, who are doing karma without desire or desire prompted actions. The actions are purely Ishwararpana Buddhi, and with Prasada Bhavana they are doing it. The second part is quite reasonable and understandable. Okay, a person can do that. He may not have desire, he may have social service. With that true social service bhavana, when a person is working, you can very easily understand that from the actions of the person. But this Sthita Prajna, this is a new entity. How to recognize the person? And that is why this question was there. So our dear Arjuna is now between this Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, where both have been told, and then Sthita Prajna Lakshanas have been given, and then he concludes saying that Esha Brahmi Sthitish Partha, one who is with this Jnanam, he will get Atyantika Moksha. Now, obviously, there is going to be a question, and our Shastras always help to ask questions, get the doubts clarified, rather than this is how it is. Just follow it. No. That's why when it comes to Vedanta, when it comes to the Upanishads, they are called Prashnaha. It's a question answer. It's a dialogue. Okay. That is why we say Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahe. We both have to do something which is going to bring both of us, the teacher and the student, which means that freedom given to the student within that framework, so that the student understands it clearly and does not have something called as a blind faith. Blind faith itself is a wrong word, as I have heard it somewhere. Faith means it is blind. If you use the word faith, it means blind. So, just following it blindly, will not lead anywhere. That doubtful knowledge or blindly following something. Why I am doing? Because my parents did it, my grandparents did it, someone did it, so I am following. My friends did it. That will help to get a good habit. But that habit is no meaning if you do not understand the value of that habit doing. And our Shastras very clearly tell that we have to properly, in the right fashion, question the teacher if there are doubts. And that is where Arjuna starts the third chapter. Okay. So, he is already confused. Arjuna is submitted to Krishna. Karpanyadopahata swabhava prichamam dharma sammudha chetaha yat shreyasyam nishchitam bruhi tan me tvam bruhi. When you say bruhi, he is telling you, please tell me. Tvam bruhi. Shteham shadivam tvam prapanna. So you tell me what I should do. I am confused. Should I do karma, fight this war, or should I run away and go to the woods, become a sannyasi, and then nishkama, be nishkama? And Krishna did not give a straight answer to it. Krishna did never said, Arjuna, do this, over. Then the whole Bhagavad Gita is not required. So as there is a proverb, I think in Chinese or Japanese, I don't know. Don't catch fish and give them. Teach them how to fish. If you catch and give fish, you will fill their stomach one day. But if you teach them how to fish, they will always fill their stomach by themselves, by their own actions. So Krishna wants to teach Arjuna so that he make him equipped to decision rather than helplessly waiting for someone else to decide for him. Yes, Shreyan Swarmo Vigunaha. He has told many things like that. You have to do a karma of your Kshama. And also he says, Sannyasa is best. Moksha is what Jnana Yoga will give you moksha. That is better. So Arjuna had a problem. The problem was not solved. He had only one question in his mind. After the second chapter, his confusion was confounded with one more question. Now, I knew I was ignorant about only one thing. Now I understand that I am ignorant about something more, which I was blissful without knowing it. I was ignorantly blissful. You created a problem in me with solving it and me into a further problem. I was not at all knowing something called as Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. You put that in the second chapter, you confuse me further. Now, what should I then coming back to you and asking this question? I have no other way to go ahead. And helplessly, again, in the third chapter, Arjuna comes back to Krishna asking the same question. The confusion has been created, so-called created by Krishna. Okay, and you will see in that first and second shloka how this changes. The first shloka starts this way. Let us read it, and as we go, we will understand it better. Atha tritiyodyayah Arjuna uvacha Jyasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Second one, व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोहमाप्नुयाम्. Okay. Now these two sentences have been told by Arjuna to Krishna. So the first sentence what he says is Jayasi chaste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. So what is the pada vibhaga? Jayasi chet karmanaha te mata buddhihi janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Again, let me repeat. Jyayasi chet karmanaha mata buddh janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. And what is the anvaya of this? Now here there are two sambodhanas. He Janardana, he Keshava. Okay. He Janardana, karmanaha buddhi jayasi che me mata chet. He Janardana, karmanaha buddhi jayasi te mata chet. Tat he Keshava, mam ghore karmi niyojayasi. I will repeat it. Janardana कर्मणः बुद्धिः जायै ते मता चेत् तत् हे केशव मां घोरे कर्मणि किं नियोजयसि? Let us see what it means. He Janardana. He Krishna. Janardana, another name for Krishna. Karmanaha buddhihi jayasi. Okay. Te mata कर्मणः बुद्धिः जायसी ते मता चेत् कर्मणः compared to karma buddhiः ज्ञान jayasi te mata it is superior jayasi te mata jayasi chet if that is your view tat he keshava then he keshava mam घोरे कर्मणि किम नियोजयसि mam to me घोरे कर्मणि that action घोरे what is घोरे very cruel in nature kim niyojayasi why are you advising me to do it why are you engaging me niyojayasi niyojana why are you engaging me in doing that okay so how is the question asked now Janardana oh Arjuna sorry oh Krishna karmanah budayasi te mata chet te mata if your view is karmanah buddhi compared to action jnanam is better is superior which jnana atma jnanam is superior te mata chet in case that is your conclusion tat keshava then my dear keshava mam घोरे कर्मणि किम नियोजयसि to me why are you engaging in this ghora karma of fighting the war isn't it a very simple and straight question and the question is very simple because directly Arjuna is a warrior there's no backstabbing business straight hit he understood this is something incorrect incongruent one hand you are telling this on the other hand you are telling this and if you believe that this is what is correct then why are you telling me to do the opposite okay now to understand this we have to actually check whether this is true please understand this we have to actually check but before going that I would want to although the acharyas have taken one shloka after the other shloka I prefer to take the second shloka also the same way then together look into the meaning of the detail because it is showing how clearly the student is the two shlokas give two different flavor of it and seeing both the flavor when you understand it then it is very complete so I prefer to go to the second shloka and then back to the first and give the details vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me vada nishchitya yena shreyoham apnuyam vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्. Let us see Padavibhaga. व्यामिण इव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसि इव मे. Two ivas are here. Tat ekam vada निश्चित्य येन श्रेयः अहम् आप्नुयाम्. I will repeat it. व्यामिश्रेण इव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसि इव मे. तत् एकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयः अहम् आप्नुयाम्. Really very simple, not very difficult to understand. We will still see the Anvaya. Vyamishrena iva vakyena me buddhim mohayasi iva. Vyamishrena iva vakyena me buddhim mohayasi iva. Full stop. Tat nishchitya ekam vada. तत् निश्चित्य एकं वद येन अहं श्रेयः आप्नुयाम्. तत् निश्चित्य एकं वद येन अहं श्रेयः आप्नुयाम्. Okay, what is the meaning here? Vyamishrena iva vakyena. Mishrena means what? Confusion, mixed. Mishrena, mishrita. Vyamishrena means what? Visheshena mishrena. Completely confusion, confounded, completely mixed up, thoroughly mixed up. Iva vakyena. Vakyas or these what you have told me. Vyamishrena iva, as it has got completely mixed up. Me buddhi, mama me, षष्ठी एकवचनान्तः अस्मत् शब्दः. मे बुद्धिः, my बुद्धि, बुद्धिं द्वितीया एकवचनान्तः बुद्धिं, to my buddhi, mohayasi iva, asi mohaya iva is also got disillusioned by these two vakyas. As they are confused, my buddhi also seems to be disillusioned in that way. Hence, tad Nishchitya, having decided, ekam vada, tvam ekam vada, lot, tvam ekam vada. You better tell me one thing. You please tell me one thing. Yena aham, due to which me shreyaha apnuyam, I will achieve the higher, the shreya, the fame or the right, the what do you call, the shreyas, by which I will get shreyas. It is not fame, by which I will get the right knowledge and the right, I will achieve the right, I will achieve my goal, what I want. Shreyas. Okay. Apnuyam. Now, first is we have to see these two shlokas jointly. Why? In the first shloka, then we will go to the detail why such a shloka and why this confusion and all, we will see that. But just looking at the shloka, what do we first understand? The first shloka is more like he is pointing finger and trying to catch shortcoming in the teacher's teaching. I caught you. I caught you. One time you are telling karma, then you told jnana, then again jnana yoga, then karma yoga. I caught you properly now. Pakad liya. That flavor comes in the first shloka. Why? Jyayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janatana. He says, mata buddhihi janardana. If in case it is your view, mata buddhi chet. See, te mata buddhi chet, te mata chet. In case that is your view, okay. He janardana karmanaha buddhihi jayasi te mata chet. In case that is your view that buddhi is better than karma, or then, so first statement is very clearly making an accusation on Krishna. If this is what you are promoting, then you are not doing good to me. In short, you are backstabbing me. In short, you are trying to teach me something stupid. In short, you are telling me that if that is the correct thing, it is like saying that, by going by train is the best, but I will tell you go by bus. Are you sound? Such a statement is made, going there by train is the best, but I will tell you go by bus. Which means that for us, it also gives us scope for us to check for whether momentary view about Krishna is, have I come to the right person to take advice? Sometimes when you go to a doctor or advisor or a counselor or someone, at a point of, we just get a fraction of a second, am I with the right person? Am I sure I have gone? Is my choices correct? मैं तो गिरा हूं, this person is further taking me down. I have come for udharana, he is further patana, he is putting me down further. So this particular shloka gives that flavor. Okay. And the word buddhi used here is what? See, buddhim, he says, buddha dhatu is used. Buddha dhatu, if you put a suffix, can be used in two different ways. The prayojana of buddhi becomes buddhi. The karana is also buddhi. What does this mean? The goal, the sadhana, the sadhya, which I have got using buddhi, is also buddhi. Which means here buddhi equal to knowledge. Jnanaha, atma jnanaha is buddhi here. When he says buddhi, the word, it means atma jnanaha. Okay. When someone says your creative mind, that means that mind is already got an adjective of creativity. Correct? So buddhi is jnanam. Buddhi here means jnanam very clearly in shloka. Okay, because karmanaha buddhi, he says. Karmanaha means action, buddhi is knowledge. Between buddhi and knowledge, between action and knowledge, if your view is knowledge is superior, then why are you asking me to do this ghora karma? Are you able to get this? So buddhi very clearly means here knowledge. Atma jnanaha is buddhi here. Is it clear? Why I chose to take these two together, you will understand. Now go to the next shloka. The next shloka he says, Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Let us first take this word buddhi again here. What is buddhi? Buddhi is karana vyutpatti. That means it is an instrument which is referred here. My buddhi, my intellect. There it is knowledge. Here it is intellect. Are you able to get this? Why? He says, buddhim mohayasiva me. To my intellect, I am disillusioned. Here it is not knowledge. Here it is inability of viveka. It gives us a flavor that aham aviveki asmi. Are you getting it? That is why I wanted to take these two shlokas together. Then we understand what is happening in these two shlokas. And it very nicely shows Arjuna's mind is changing. So here in first and second shloka, we have seen how this buddhi has worked. First one is buddhi equal to jnanam, second one buddhi equal to intellect. Correct? Okay. Now, in the first one, what is the flavor in which he says? He is as though putting an accusation on Krishna, pointing finger and saying, Krishna, are you sure? Have I made a wrong choice? It is asking himself first, at the same time giving a chance for Krishna to clarify in Krishna without doubt. Galti se, sometimes slip of tongue हुआ ना, I am giving you another chance. भाई सोच के बताओ मेरे, समझ में आ रहा है? That is the flavor in which he is taking it in the first shloka, and that is purely reaction. When something happens, when we react, we don't think and react. When we think and act, it is not reaction, it is response. When we think and act, it is response, it is not reaction. Without thinking, when we act, it is called reaction. Are we clear? So here, Arjuna is reacting. After the second chapter, he is reacting to it, and the reaction is coming because of the confusion. The confusion is coming, karaha buddhim, and he has not, be very clear in this, he has not owned it up. He says, in case you promote it that way, te mata chet, in case that is your view, not me, don't tell I am fabricating something. No, I am just like a newsletter. I am just pulling out what you are saying selectively and putting it back to. In case that is your view, then you are already in a wrong place. Why are you asking me to do this Ghora Karma? Having said that, instantaneously you can see he remembers his promise. Swabhava prichami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yet shreyasyam nishchitam bruhi tanme. Whatever me, you please advise me that. Are you able to get this? The moment he remembers that, his tone has changed in the second shloka. How many eva he uses? Eva means maybe, as though. Okay, amishreneva vakyena. Okay, mishritam vakyam. Now this vyamishrena vakyena is what? Tritiya ekavachana. Hmm? Vyamishrena is Trikavachana. Now, what is Vyamishrena? Confusion. Correct? With confusion. Sentences or concepts with confusion. Me buddhim mohaya. Because of these confused statements, my intellect is disillusioned. Where is the finger being pointed? The first one, the finger was very clearly pointed at Krishna. In the second one, it gives us a possibility that you may have told it correctly, I may have understood it wrongly. And hence Vyamishrena. Hence me buddhi mohaya. Are you able to get this? So his humility and humbleness comes back in the second shloka. The first shloka, there's a good amount of arrogance pointing finger at Krishna. In the second shloka, very clearly, he is now introspecting, and that buddhi becomes karana vyutpatti, the instrument which has got a problem. My instrument of understanding has got a problem. Hence, it can be vyamishrena. Sometimes we say, na, why did you do that? Suppose you are out of rage, you ask someone who is senior to you, your boss or something. I thought you would not do this. No, but what I mean, why did you do that? Well, understand it clearly. You understand what happened? First one was a reaction. Second one, you turned it into a response. And that is why I choose to take these two together. Then you understand the flavor in which he is nicely changing it. And he goes back to his pratijna that I am your share, I do not know anything. Does he say that? Shreyoham apniyam, he says here, Karpanya dosho bhata swabhavaha prichham dharma sammuda chetaha yet shreyasyam nishchitam bruhi tan me. Yad shreyasyam nishchitam bruhi tan me is what he told. Same thing is repeated. Ekamada nishchitya yena shreya aham apnuyam. Did you get that? Exactly what he told in the second chapter, 7th shloka. Second line is getting repeated here. So, very clearly, he comes back that I am helpless. Probably I have not understood it properly. I have got myself, already my mind is confused. I further confounded it. So, you please help me by telling clearly what it is. Don't please confuse me further. I've got enough confusion. Don't add on to my confusion. This is my request. Please help me out. Okay. Again, submission is coming. And this is how we understand that is the beauty of this language is buddhi in the first sentence and buddhi in the second sentence changes it completely. And how many eva in the second sentence, that shows a lot of uncertainty. And that when someone talks of uncertainty, always a person will never talk of uncertainty for someone else. It is always their understanding of uncertainty. It may be this or this. It can be like this or like that. Means what? I'm not sure about it. If I am sure and if you are uncertain, then I will very clearly point out like the first shloka. I am very clear what it is, but you seem to be uncertain. That is why one time you are telling me karmana, one time you are telling me buddhi. Getting it? In the second one, he turns it around completely on himself. He says, no, 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 no. Let me take one step back. Has Krishna actually told something wrong? Or is it my understanding which is wrong? Are we getting this point clearly? Now we will have to see why did such a thing come. Why? There has to be a reason why Arjuna got such a message. And if we also have that message after learning the second chapter, then we are very sure that we are in the party of Arjuna, disillusioned, and we have also equally mistaken what Krishna has told. So now we have to see the source due to which such a situation comes to Arjuna or to us. Okay, what is the reason why such a situation has come? Now, see, if you look at the second chapter, the 72nd shloka, the last shloka, because that is what Arjuna is logically connecting. Esha brahmi sthitih partha nainam prapya vimukhyati sthitva syam antakaleti brahma nirvanam richati. So, brahmi is what he is promoting. Brahmajnani is what he is promoting. Right? Then only I will get moksha. That is Shreyas. Very clear. You have told that very, very clearly in the 72nd shloka. So I know for sure that sannyasaha, not doing any action and going away, is what is going to bring Shreyas to me. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha. Okay. Now, apart from this, in the 47th shloka, you have also told Karmanyeva Dhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Phalahetur Bhumate Sangosto Karmani. He says, I have got adhikara only to do karma. Correct? So this is now you are telling this also is there, that also is there. That means I have a choice either or. Are you able to get? I have a choice either or. But if I ask your view, you are telling me continue my karma. Correct? In many of us, we have this question: is jnana yoga part to moksha? Is karma yoga another part to moksha? And added more, there are other acharyas who have added two more parts, which is called bhakti yoga and dhyana yoga or raja yoga. Apart from that, many more things have got added: mantra yoga, tantra yoga, that laya yoga. You add as many as you want. Correct? Variety, lot of variety and diversity is there. Okay. If this is not working, let me try. If Ayurvedic doesn't work, if allopathy doesn't work, let me go to homeopathy. If homeopathy doesn't work, let me go to allopathy, Ayurveda. I keep on jumping by. I'm bored of doing the same thing. That's all. Why? My lakshya is not clear, neither the sadhana is clear. If my lakshya and the sadhana is clear, then I will clearly focus and move ahead in that. Okay. So this also tells Arjuna's lakshya was not clear what he wanted to do. That is why Bhagavan says, karma also I am telling you, jnana also I am telling you. And he has got confused either or. And we know, as Vedanta students, we know for sure this either or situation is not there for anyone. Either or situation in jnana and karma is not at all there for anyone. Karma yogena jnana yogyata, jnana yogena moksha praptva. Correct. One is an eligibility criteria, other one is the actual. So if I want, suppose, let us take an example. If we say, I want to pass out as IIT graduate. Now for passing out as IIT graduate, you can't get into IIT and get that you need first to complete an entrance exam which gives eligibility criteria. Now, once you pass that eligibility criteria, are you going to get the certificate directly of IIT? No, no, no. You have only got an entrance into IIT. Then you have to learn there, complete that examination, and then only you will get a certificate from IIT. Right? So one presupposes the other is done. Karma yoga vina jnana yoga will never happen. Jnana yoga is impossible without karma yoga. Karma yoga is incomplete without jnana yoga. Is it clear? Karma yoga is incomplete without jnana yoga. I only gave entrance exam, but I didn't go to IIT. Useless. Gone. No, no, I want to get into IIT. Why should I give an entrance exam? Impossible. Karma yoga vina jnana yoga impossible. Karma yoga over. Okay, I am doing karma yoga. By that I will get moksha. Not possible. Incomplete without jnana yoga. Okay. It is like washing hands and eating food. Do I need to wash hand before eating food? Yes. If I don't wash my hand before eating food, then what happens? You have to wash your stomach after eating food. If you don't want to wash your stomach, then you better wash your hand before eating food. Don't come out asking that after eating food also I need to wash the hand. The example is washing hand and eating food. Correct? Now, if I do not wash my hand, it will not give me the right thing what I want by eating food. Okay, I wash my hand, then I don't eat food. Then you're a Buddha, why did you wash your hand? That was not like required at all. Okay, Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. This we have told many a times. You all are all very clear. So this question is not at all there, I know, as Arjuna had. But in case there is a question like this, we have to be very clear. That is why Bhagavan started with the main thing, which is Jnana Yoga, and then went to the eligibility criteria of Jnana Yoga, which is Karma Yoga. And then he told the benefits of Jnana Yoga, which is Sthita Prajna Lakshana. How to maintain it and how to get the maximum benefit out of it. So the crux of Bhagavad Gita is Jnana Yoga, Moksha, Moksha Phalam, but prerequisite for Jnana Yoga is Karma Yoga. And our Brihaspati Arjuna has taught either or and never looked at the possibility as sequential primary education followed by secondary education. Correct? Now Bhagavan has to give him an answer. So, very clearly, this question is a very legitimate question, a very logical question, because of the presupposition he had in his mind, either or. This question has got evolved in Arjuna's mind. Now comes the question: has Bhagavan actually told you can either do this or do that? Or our Arjuna has done a selective listening? You know, whenever we go to listen something like a discourse or something with our children, and when that Mahatma is talking about parents, the children are very happy. How parents have to take care and see that the children grow up what they should not do. Lalayet panchavarshani, dashavarshani tadayet, prapte tu shodashe varshe, putre mitravadacharet. Whenever this boy will be looking at the father and smiling. And whenever the Mahatma is to tell how the children should listen to the parents and what they should not do, every parent will look at that. See, I told you, both have done selective listening. Are we able to get this? Like that, our Brihaspati Arjuna has done selective listening of second chapter. Nowhere Bhagavan has told either Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga. Bhagavan said, Jnana Yoga very necessary. Karma Yoga you have to do. Okay. But our Arjuna's mind was sitting with running away sannyasa. What was his mind before Bhagavad Gita? Let me run away. Maha musibat se nikal jao. And many a times we go to someone and tell, I'm thinking like this. Correct? No, it is correct. No. That other person doesn't have any option rather than saying correct. Thank you, please go. He wants to jane do baba musibat jane do. Yes, what you are telling is correct. If you want a genuine view or advice, you have to be open and not a prejudice in the answer which you wish. Arjuna has the prejudice on sannyasa. That's why he asked Chita Prajna Lakshanam and all those things. Another reason why did he ask Chita Prajna Lakshanam? That is of interest. Why? That looks greener on the other side. Karma Yoga, I know. I have to go and hit now. I have to keep on crying throughout my life. So let me run away. Escapism. And then Jnana Yoga related question. So he's presupposed in his mind that Jnana Yoga is the best. And Bhagavan has given a stamp also. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha is so fantastic. That is why he starts. Oh, I got you. You told Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha and then you are also telling me you do your karma. Are you okay? So this is where we have to be very, very, very clear. The Shastra, the way it tells, because of our Ragadvesha, we can misinterpret it. Our Ragadvesha can be the reason for its misinterpretation. And understanding that possibility could be there, Arjuna changed his tone in the second shloka. There could be a chance that Bhagavan has told properly, because I have gone Sri Krishna Paramatmane Namah, only you can tell. No one else can help me. I know for sure. And you will not do something which is not going to give Shreyas to me. But I'm still reminding you, tell me one thing. Now the issue is, Bhagavan is not going to tell him to do this. You understand? 7th shloka started the same thing. You tell me one thing by which it is going to make me do the right thing. Yena Shreya. Again in the second shloka, you tell me one thing. Means what? On Akshata into Bhagavan's head. There are some people who are indecisive. Sometimes situations make you indecisive. Okay. Because you genuinely do not know it. When you do not know about it, I'm fully blank, I'm okay with anything, then you can leave it to Bhagavan. But many a times, at least 99% of the times, I know something and I want Bhagavan to endorse it. We have that habit of making chit and putting in front of God. Is that with genuinity that whatever come you will do it without your ragadvesha, or you want someone to endorse what is there in your mind? So that tomorrow something happens, I can point finger. Not me, you. You understand? Internal is on, huh? Not me, you. I followed you, Baba. So no guilt. These games we play with ourselves. Are we getting this? And for that game, Arjuna wants Krishna to stamp it. That is again saying, Ekam vada nishchitya. You do your king. Instead of I should think, he is telling you think and tell me. Nishchit decided, you tell me. You decide, tell me. Do you expect Bhagavan to do that? Do you think Bhagavan will do that or should do that? It is in our Shastra and our religion only that complete freedom is given for everyone to think, exercise their voice within the boundaries and go ahead. That is why we have so many gods, we have so many Shastras, we have so many panthas. Nothing is wrong. And still that unity is there because all are focusing at the same thing. People have different taste. You can have a choice or taste, but you cannot have choice on your goal. Goal is the same for taste could be different. Are we getting it? So he is now saying, you please decide a goal for me. Karmana goal or jnanaha goal. And do you expect Bhagavan to decide for him? The fact that it is Bhagavan, even on 18th chapter, he continues to talk about the same topic as though it's the first time asked. Every time he is putting the chocolate in different wrapper and giving. Including the 18th chapter starts that way. Starting from the 3rd chapter. Okay. So Bhagavan has not given any chapter, he says very clearly, I have given you what I know, now it is your choice to decide. Why did Bhagavan do that? Logically, can someone tell why did Bhagavan do that? Very, very rational thinking we need to have here. Wasn't it easy for Bhagavan to say, Arjuna, do one thing, you please fight the war. Finish the war. That is Shreyas for you. You kill. You don't worry about it. We will sit and cry after this. And I will ensure that all your this crankiness and all will go. The next part I will take you after that. You first finish this. Wasn't it easy for? And that's what Arjuna wanted to hear. What did Arjuna want to hear? What should I do? I don't want to use this. I don't want to use this. That is why he says Te Mata. Not Me Mata. Te Mata. I follow you. What is the problem if this actually happens? Just imagine if we were all directed. See, who is Ishvara? I'm deviating a little from the topic. Who is Ishvara? Who is Ishvara and us? karma phala data. Ishvara is karma phala data. No, if Ishvara is a karma phala data, he knows very clearly what karma phala is there, correct? He knows what is exactly going to happen, and that is what he should actually be the right person to tell. Because he can see it. He can exactly see what is happening now, which I am not able to see it. Able to see it. He should tell, do this because I know this is going to come. Yes or no? Why doesn't Ishvara do this? Anyone try to answer this? Why doesn't Ishvara do this?
Every human being has a free will. Free will.
Hmm. That is human being. Why Ishvara does?
Maybe because later on Ishvara doesn't want that Arjuna blame
Huh?
Ishvara.
Do you really feel that he is? No, do you really feel that he is bothered about Arjuna's blame? He Ishvara. Do you feel that he is bothered about Arjuna's blame? It is like we blaming Bhagavan. Do you really feel that Bhagavan is bothered about our blame? Same as Arjuna. Just because Krishna has come as a friend, don't consider Krishna. Krishna is Ishvara. Sri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. So Ishvara now. So for Arjuna is one pawn like us only. That cannot be the reason.
He wants to see if Sadhana Chatushtaya has come or not.
He wants to see if Sadhana Chatushtaya has come or not.
Usually is there not.
No, but for that, why should he not give an instruction? The question is, why doesn't Bhagavan decide for us?
Answer maybe because Krishna wants Arjuna that Arjuna should have any doubt while doing the karma. So while doing karma, Arjuna should not have doubt after getting the jnana.
If you have doubt and if you don't have doubt, if you are disillusioned or if you are clear, still you are. Yes or no?
Best action comes only when there is a conviction. And the conviction will come with the jnana and the karma.
All that is true, but even if conviction is not there, you have to only do the action. All that is true. The question is, why didn't Bhagavan tell, do this, don't do this? Why?
Arjuna will not act with commitment or with the conviction. He wants Arjuna to take a decision first.
Is it,
He's giving a direction.
is it that
He's directing his mind and he's directing his actions.
so we are saying Bhagavan is an influencer? By this statement, you are trying to tell Bhagavan is an influencer. Huh?
No, he is not an influencer. He is simply giving knowledge and making the whatever is required to be done as per his choice and as per his.
That two last part. That is what already Jigna has told. If Bhagavan tells do this, whose choice it is? My choice or Bhagavan's choice?
Bhagavan's choice.
If Bhagavan exercises his choice, will he get karma phala? Why? Why? If Bhagavan partially exercises his choice on me, will not he get karma phala?
Bhagavan drives our buddhi. Bhagavan drives our buddhi, and we have to make a choice.
So whose choice it is? Bhagavan gives an opportunity for me to exercise my choice. Correct? That is why Bhagavan is Akarta. If Bhagavan becomes Karta, Bhagavan will have to become Bhokta. So at any point of time, even in transaction, do you feel that Bhagavan is Karta and Bhokta? Even in the 11th chapter, when he says, in the 11th chapter, he tells very Bhavasavya Sachin. What is that? He says, Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. You are just a pawn in that situation, and I make you do it. If that statement he makes, I make you do it, is it Bhagavan making us to do it, or is it our choice at that situation where we fall a prey to it and say, I will do it? Because the doer is the Karta, the doer can be the Bhokta. The car, there is a driver. The driver is the Karta and the Bhokta. That is not the Karta and the Bhokta. Here the examples are getting reversed. Okay. The person with a wish and a will only can be the Karta and Bhokta. The car doesn't have a wish or a will. That is why even if there is an accident to the car is abhokta. The car is not going to sit and cry. It is paining. It is costing too much. The driver will have to face the consequence. Are you able to get this? So Bhagavan brings a situation. That is why it's Sabaphaladata. Now in that situation, how you respond is your will. Because then only I am the Karta or Akarta. If I respond, or if I choose to respond, that even with so much of situation, normally which everyone calls it a dukkha, I will have no dukkha, then even Bhagavan cannot do anything. It's a subject of absolute dukkha. Situation is very, very dukkha. Imagine it. Such a dukkha no one would have got. And that time, suppose I say, you are only the giver of it. Why should I worry about it? Prasada Bhavana. Will I have any dukkha? Genuinely, if I do it. Who made that choice? So Bhagavan does not. Bhagavan makes you in various ways. That buddhi is given. He has given that buddhi. But to use it and choose, we do it. That is why we are Karta and Bhokta. So if Bhagavan would have given an answer to Arjuna, then Bhagavan would have become Karta Bhokta. And nowhere in the Shastra that can happen. Why? Bhagavan is always a Karta, always a Bhokta. That is why in the end he says, Yatechasi tatha kuru. That freedom is there. I have brought in that clear knowledge in you, which was missing at the start. Now with that knowledge, if you want, you fight. If you want to run away, you run away. You tell me, now I am your Sarathi. Are we getting it? So Bhagavan will never participate. He will never catalyze it. He will only be a Sakshi. He will be a Sakshi in every karma. But the karma has to be done by the individual through his free will. Then only Kartrutvam and Bhoktrutvam will come. Are we able to get this? Right? So that question at the start, even in the second chapter and the third chapter, where Arjuna says, "You tell me, I will do," is never going to happen. Even after hundreds of Bhagavad Gita is going to be taught to Arjuna. It is like that story of after this Mahabharata war, this Uddhava was asking, I think Uddhava, only it is, I'm not sure, was asking Krishna, "Hey Krishna, you are the aunt's son, nephew of these Pandavas. They are dharmikas. You want dharma to be restored. You help them everything. It was you in their side, that is why dharma vijaya has happened. Everything is right. But Krishna, tell me, if you would have at that time helped Yudhishthira during Dyuta Krida, none of this would have happened. Why you did not help? If you are a Hitaishi, why you did not help? Where were you at that time?" And for which Krishna answers, "I was always there. I was always there." It was Yudhishthira who very clearly thought that I should never be there at that time. When such an act is happening, let anyone be there, but I cannot face Krishna, my own consciousness. So let Krishna be out. So I was standing at the door. I was watching everything. I was seeing everything. And I was knowing what Yudhishthira is doing. But Yudhishthira told me not to enter. So I did not enter. But at the same time, when Draupadi started crying for me, I entered. Because I was always available there. Okay. Like light being present everywhere, but not participating, Bhagavan even or the Shastras will never participate, will only enable us to take our decision so that we live with our decision, whatever the consequences are. Sometimes we have got adequate knowledge, we take right decision. Sometimes we have inadequate knowledge, so sometimes the decision can be wrong. Sometimes with adequate knowledge also we choose to take wrong decision, so we have to live with it, with that karma phala, what will come to us. But in any of the case, Bhagavan will not do the karma. He is an enabler to make us do the karma based on our ragadvesha, our viveka. Is it clear? So at this point also, even if our Arjuna is asking this question, you tell me for sure, decide, because it is now implicating a, and anyone with a little mana pamana yos tulyam, little mana apamana will say immediate difference. No, 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 you have misunderstood me. It is not like that. I will tell you again, like what we do. Bhagavan will not do that. Are we able to get? Why? He doesn't have to get laurels from Arjuna. Nor if Arjuna says that Sri Krishna doesn't know anything, it is going to impact it. Both are not going to do anything to it. Mana pamanayos tulyam tulyo vitrari pakshayoh. Mana also doesn't matter, apamana also doesn't matter. Because both of these are mithya. Right? Hence, Bhagavan will give only jnanam, enable Arjuna to decide for himself, so that he cannot point finger on someone else. He has to own it up, and Bhagavan is going to make him adequate enough, strong enough to hold up his own decisions. Today he is weak and he is not ready to decide, means he doesn't want to own up his decision. And Bhagavan is going to make him adequate, strengthen him with knowledge. And that is what the Bhagavad Gita is now going to be about. But at no point Bhagavan is going to participate in Arjuna's decision making process. No. If you have 100 times query about clarity about the subject, you ask me, I will clarify the subject. Then it is your choice, your free will to use that knowledge and to decide for yourself. Getting it? And this is how our Shastras were. Equip people with right knowledge, with the right intent, with when you do right, what is the benefit of it, when you do wrong, what is the problems faced by it, and then you will make a person capable to decide for himself or herself. With that knowledge, whenever someone decides, they have to own it up because the karma phala is going to be for them only. Is it clear? Yeah. So now, with these two shlokas, where the first one was directly pointing on Krishna, as Krishna being a friend of Arjuna, and Krishna would have made an error in telling something, and I have caught you at the wrong place. So let me now try to win over you and tell you that here where your mistake is. Immediately Arjuna recognizes, no, Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha, I am the Shishya. There is a very high possibility I could have made a mistake in understanding. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasi eva me. Could be that. So, you please decide and tell me one thing. Don't confuse me further. I am enough confused. That he has that choice to tell, express that I am confused. Now, don't give me more options and confuse. You know what is that? There is a WhatsApp joke or an ad which comes if you go to either any of these coffee shops or any, what do you want to have? Then will come one list. Tea, coffee. Okay, you say tea. Then another big list. Then you select another big list. So you keep on. I just wanted one tea. But you have bought in front of me so many things which I am not aware of, and I am now confused, and I don't know what to decide. Then you will ask me which size, what quantity you want. Tea with ice, with hot. Oh my God! Better than that, I should not have asked for tea. Like that, don't bring the situation to me. You please help me with things which I understand, so that then I will take a decision. Indirectly, he's also trying to tell that help me to take a decision. But now you are confusing me further. Okay. So whenever you go to any of this McDonald's or any of the Starbucks or anything, when they keep on asking na Vyamishredeva vakyena buddhim mohayasi evame tad ekam vada nishchitya, please give me this or that. It is easy for me to choose. Don't open your menu card and I will have problem after. And it doesn't come all together. It is not this dot 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 then dot dot dot. No. You move one, then another 4 questions. Then you make one choice, another 4 questions. It will keep on coming like this Hanuman's tail. And then you are confused. You yourself don't know what you have asked. That means I should be knowledgeable of all this in the world which you offer. For one choice, I made one mistake to come into your shop to ask for one coffee or tea. So I should have all this knowledge. Then only I am eligible to come to your shop. Like that, our dear Arjuna is telling Krishna, don't make me feel that I came to your shop to ask you something and you are telling me this also, that also, and you are further confusing me. I am already confused. Please clarify things to me. And as benevolent as Krishna can be, he starts the next shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyana Karma Yogena Yoginam. A very beautiful, a very, very nice shloka which clarifies a lot. Okay, this shloka and the way he addresses Arjuna, Anagha, O pure one. Agha means filth, something bad, Papa, sin. Anagha means pure one. O pure one, like a child you are asking this question. Let me tell you. Okay, that is how Bhagavan starts. And pacifying Arjuna, relax, I will tell you. Chill out, I will tell you. Don't worry, you have come to the right Starbucks, the right shop. I will give you what is there in your mind. Don't worry, I will not confuse you. You be happy. Order for the biggest cup so that you feel Purna, and then you should chant Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Okay, we'll continue next time. Hari Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.